like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop. Until you get your mouth on LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys. So it is your boy Ticket. Like, share, subscribe as y'all tap on in. Press 2 if you guys can hear me, man. Let me get a mic check in the comments, man. If y'all can hear me, press 2, man. Mic check 1 2 1 2, man. I got a very, very sad update for everybody, man. This saddened my heart when I seen this because I didn't see this earlier, man. And it seems like, bro, y'all can hear me? Okay, bet. Yeah, y'all share the video, like the videos, y'all come on in, man. Chris Brown is in major trouble. Now, the one thing I'm gonna say before we get into this video and I break down what's going on is that when you go overseas, the laws are different than in the States. Overseas, everything is different. You guys got to remember, a lot of people think, oh, if you do something in the States versus overseas, it's the same charges. No, it's completely different. And they have their own jurisdiction, own law. Let me give you an example. This United States of America, in this country, United States of America, look what happens. If you're a foreigner and you get arrested on a serious crime or whatever crime, you can be arrested, you can be jailed, prosecuted, jailed, and then you'll be more ways than one. If you have a serious crime, you'll be deported. You know what I'm saying? Out of the country. And there's nothing that any other country can do about it. I mean, if you have a big enough name, you might have a relationship, but most times countries try to stay out of that. They try to stay out of those situations, especially if you've broken a law, a real law in a different country, because it goes both ways. Like, for example, there's a lot of foreigners in United States jails right now. So they got to do whatever time they get under United States laws, and then they'll be released back to their own country. Chris Brown is in a situation because they're saying that, you know what I'm saying, he committed a criminal act, you know, in a different country. They're saying he committed a criminal act. This is a real bad and problematic situation. Why? Because the rules overseas are different. Now, if you guys don't know what's going on, y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in here. Let me put on the screen. So I went to the UK Daily Mail today to look up this news in the UK, articles on Chris Brown. Now, apparently, you guys, Chris Brown is being charged with GBH. And I'm going to explain this to you guys. After an alleged bottle attack on a music producer in London at a nightclub. Now, it says he's being thrown in the cells after being arrested at a 5-star hotel and will appear in court later today. So, meaning at that time, it's early in the morning in the UK time. So he'll be in court on, would it be the 16th of May. So he'll be in court. To the person who says he'll get 1 year in prison, that's not true. And I'm finna show you why. If he's convicted He's facing life in prison. Let me break down this article for you guys. So the person that's in the court in the chat room, you have no idea what you're talking about. Chris Brown is in serious trouble. The law in the United States is nowhere near the law overseas. Overseas, the laws are more stricter. For example, if you guys remember the woman, female basketball player, Brittany Griner. If you guys remember her, she got in trouble. Brittany Griner got in trouble, and it took Joe Biden and a whole bunch of players, whole bunch of famous people, and it took a trade off of a other criminal, a criminal that they didn't want to release from the states. It took a trade off from them just to get her back. You understand what I'm saying? And she would did she all she had was the liquid what you call the stuff that they be using for the vapor. She had that in her airport bag. And for that, she was facing like what, 10, 15 years in prison overseas. So you guys gotta understand, people don't understand it, bro. When you go overseas, you facing a whole uh different set of laws and rules. This is the situation. So Chris Brown, and I'm gonna break down this article to you guys right now as y'all come on in, smash the like button, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in the building. And I'm gonna break down this entire situation for you guys. Yeah, I seen the guy in the comment section say that just now. You guys don't understand it. Now Chris was going over to the UK again because he was set up to do shows over there. So Chris had a whole bunch of performances set up over there, and I believe they allowed him to come over there knowing, or if they didn't know, dude must have caught wind that Chris was coming back over there and sent the police to go find wherever he was at to arrest him. Once he, because this is why I think that they didn't know he was coming back over there, because they would have snatched him up at the airport. If they was waiting on Chris and they knew Chris was coming in and they had him coming in the airport, they'd have snatched him up at the airport. So I think that the dude who had filed a police report against Chris probably seen and found out that Chris was, scheduled to be doing performances out there, and got the police, the local police, to find out where he was and go snatch him up. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what they did, right? So that's how I believe they went and got him, because he had already pressed charges. He had already went and pressed these charges on Chris from before. This is from a few years before. But Chris, I don't think he had been over there. So, you know what I'm saying? They let it sit. And I think that once dude seen that, C Breezy was over there, that's when he loaded up and went, I believe, and called the police and got them to go over there and scoop him up, because they went and got him, because he already had tour dates and everything set up. If they knew he was going to prison or going to jail, excuse me, they would not have set that up. There ain't no way they would have set that up if they would have known that. That ain't happening. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't happening. So let's get into this part. All right. So I'm gonna break down for you guys right now exactly what happened. So C Breezy, you guys. Basically, what happens is this. It says rapper Chris Brown has been charged with grievous bodily harm. That's GBH. It says with the intent. That's devastating, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. He's facing life in prison. It says with intent over an alleged attack of a music producer with a bottle at a London nightclub 2 years ago. It said the Metropolitan Police confirmed the charge against the 36-year-old American musician who remains in custody. Chris Brown was arrested at 2 a.m. on Thursday morning UK time in the Lowry Hotel in Manchester. It said he is set to appear in the Manchester Magistrate Court at 10 a.m. UK time on Friday, May the 16th. It said the charges relate to an alleged incident in which Chris Brown is claimed to have injured a music producer named Abe Dial at Tate nightclub in Hanover Square in London. It says on Sunday, February 19th, 2023. It says that Mr. Dial had previously claimed Brown assaulted him in an unprovoked attack when the rapper and his entourage were at a club called the Dirty Martini. Now it says the producer has alleged that Chris Brown hit him over the head with a bottle 2 or 3 times, and then punched and kicked him as he laid on the floor. It says Adele Kelly, Deputy Chief Crown Prosecutor for the CPS London North, added in a statement, "We have authorized the Metropolitan Police to charge Chris Brown with 1 count of grievous bodily harm, contrary to Section 18 of the Offenses Against the Person Act 1861. The alleged incident occurred in London on February 19, 2023. And I see somebody in the comment section that said only Trump can get him out. You guys remember, Trump was not going to get Brittany Griner out. When Brittany Griner got in trouble, Trump said, let her stay over there. I ain't getting her out. She did the crime, let her do the time. That's exactly what Trump said. Brittany Griner was lucky Trump was not the president. If Trump was the president, Brittany Griner would have stayed over there. She'd stayed over in Russia. Trump already came out and said that. You guys forgot that. Go look that up. Go look that quote up after this video is over with. So it says that it says he will have his first court appearance tomorrow in the Manchester Magistrates Court. It says that the Crown Prosecution Service reminds all concerned that the criminal proceedings against this defendant are active and that he has the right to a fair trial. It said it is extremely important that there should be no reporting, commentary, or sharing of information online which can in any way prejudice these proceedings. Brown is due to play 10 more dates in Britain and Ireland next month as a part of the Breezy Bowl XX tour. It says these gigs begin at a co-op live in Manchester on June the 15th and conclude in the same venue on July the 3rd. It says he also was due to play at the Villa Park in Birmingham, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, and the Hampton Park in Glasgow. Now, it also says that Brown, you know what I'm saying, it just talks about his situation in the past. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right here, man, bro, and I don't think he even knew that all this was going to hit him, right? Because let me show y'all this. I don't think he even knew. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I don't think there's no way he knew this, right? So first of all, let me show y'all this. First of all, the man whose last name is Dial, he has filed a civil claim against Chris Brown as well. And that civil claim, he has filed a lawsuit against Chris Brown for $16 million, right? Or 12 million euros is how much he has filed a lawsuit for against Chris Brown and damages for injuries and losses suffered as a result of the alleged attack. They're saying that this is a brutal attack, you guys. That's what they're saying. They're saying that this attack that Chris Brown allegedly did, they're saying that this was a savage, brutal attack on this guy, right? So it was saying in the article in the U.S. Sun, and this has nothing to do with the Tory Lane situation. This situation happened 2 years ago with Chris Brown. I know some people saying, "Oh, he said free Tory and he got arrested." It has nothing to do with that. Chris Brown, like if you do a crime in the country, you leave. If you go back and they find out you're back, they're gonna go scoop you up. This happened 2 years ago in 2023. I think this is his first time going back since then. And so when dudes seen he got back, okay, oh, he back? Okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they're doing a lawsuit on him. Now, let's talk about this part right here. And this is the part where, let me tell y'all what else happened. So it says the plaintiff, whose name is Mr. Dial, alleged that R&B star Chris Brown, like I said, he alleged he provoked an unlaunched attack on him, smashed him over the head with a bottle 2 or 3 times, then punched and kicked him as he was on the floor. Now, he told the U.S. Sun newspaper that he hit me over the head 2 or 3 times. He said my knee collapsed as well. Now, he said he had to be taken to the hospital and he needed crutches to walk when he was discharged. And he said the alleged attack occurred while Chris Brown was on a worldwide tour and playing in the UK. Now, it says he launched, as I showed y'all on the screen, launched that lawsuit against Chris Brown for $16 million or 12 million euros and damages for injuries and losses suffered as a result to the alleged attack. Now, it also, and I'm going to show you guys right here. Now, if you look up this charge, he's being charged with GBH, my bad. Again, as y'all can see right here, he's being hit with the GBH charge in the UK. Savage charges, y'all. Now, he's facing life. As you guys can see, it says in the UK, grievous bodily harm or GBH, right? It says that that sentencing, right? As you guys can see, it says sentencing varies significantly depending on whether the offense was committed with intent. GHB without intent carries a maximum sentence of 5 years. This guy said that Chris Brown did it with intent. because he says he was attacked and he hit him over the head 2 or 3 times, punched him, and then kicked him while he was down. So it says that without intent, it carries the maximum sentence up to 5 years. It says while GHB with intent in the UK can result in life imprisonment. Now it says that GHB without intent, maximum sentence 5 years. It says sentencing guideline, community orders 4 years imprisonment, right? But it says that the GHB with intent, section 18, maximum sentence is life imprisonment. Now it says sentencing guidelines. It says typically range from 3 to 16 years, depending on the severity and intent. And this guy saying it was vicious. He said he hit him while he was down. So, they're going to put that harsh thing on this dude, man. It's crazy, bro. It says example sentences: 9 years for striking someone with a bottle, requiring stitches, for using a baseball bat or for using a baseball bat causing a fractured arm. So in the UK, him using that bottle, 9 years off rip for the bottle. They ain't even talking about the punches and kicks when he was on the ground, right? And it says that key factors influencing sentencing: the intent, the presence or absence of the intent to cause serious harm significantly is going to impact, uh, you know, his his uh his time, right? So also, and I want to put push that to y'all too. So it significantly impacts the sentence. It says the severity of the injury. It says the nature and extent of the harm will also be considered. And it says aggravating factors: racist or rebellion or religiously motivated assaults can increase the potential sentence. And it says mitigating factors. Examples include a lack of previous convictions or remorse. So here's the problem Chris Brown got. Do they use his criminal history in the United States? Chris Brown is famous. They all know he got a history. So do they use that, bro? This is just a sad situation, man. And it said, is an important note. It is crucial to seek expert legal advice from a qualified criminal defense solicitor for guidance on potential sentences and the best course of action in GBH cases. They're saying that Chris Brown needs the best of the best, and they didn't let him out of prison, out of jail. He is staying in jail to his court hearing, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. They may not let him leave the country. He may stay in jail until his trial, because they may see him as a flight risk. I was looking at this and everything. They may see him as a flight risk. So we got to pray he can get bail, but then they would probably force him to stay in the country if he got bail under guard watch. So more than likely, instead of them doing that, they'll probably just keep him in there until his court date comes up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to court. He's going to court. And this has nothing to do with him and Tory Lanez. He already was going overseas before he said that. He had these charges from 2 years ago, and he just happened to go back over to the UK now. You know what I'm saying? That just happened to be a coincidence that he said that now, and he's over there today, and he already had those charges. This guy had already went and filed this report against this dude. I think that when he saw Chris Brown was over there performing, I truly believe that's when he went to the police, because if they was waiting on him, they'd have caught him as soon as he came to the airport. They'd have waited, because they'll get you in the airport. As soon as you get to the airport, boop, they'll get you. What do you mean so them shows is canceled? What you think? The man is facing a charge with life in prison. He probably going to want to cancel them shows. Because we're going to see tomorrow if he get out on bail. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me tell y'all about the bail, right? You said, why didn't they arrest him then? Well, because sometimes they may not have known that like I said, they may not have paid attention, because remember, that was from 2 years ago, that charge. So I believe that the dude that he got into it with saw he was in the country, immediately contacted the police and said, hey man, he's here now. And I believe the police did a search, found out where he was, and went and got his ass. That's exactly what I believe happened. Because if he was on their radar, as soon as he came over to the UK, they'd snatch him up in the airport, so he couldn't get missing. So that's exactly what I believe happened. Now, in the UK, obtaining bail in a criminal case is not automatically granted or guaranteed according to the law. It says, but there is legal presumption in favor of granting bail. It said the decision to grant bail depends on various factors, and it is not always easy to secure, especially if certain conditions exist. So here's a more detailed explanation. Presumption of bail. under the Bail Act 1976, right? And to the person who says the UK is not Russia, shit, you commit a crime in the UK and see what you're gonna do. You commit a crime in the UK and see what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. That's to the dude in the comment section. You don't know anything, bro. You haven't been overseas. I've been to almost 25 countries, sir, and they don't play. Don't y'all know it's Americans in prison right now overseas that ain't never getting out right now until they serve all their time? And it ain't nothing that the United States is doing about it or can do about it because they committed crimes in other countries and you are in another country's jurisdiction. Let me tell y'all something. When you go to a different country, you're in their jurisdiction. So if you commit a crime, you guys got to understand that. They're not going to play with you. Overseas, they're not playing with you like they do in the country, in the States. That's the part that you guys got to understand. They not playing no games with you, bro. Period. So at the end of the day, he probably didn't think if he did it, because we don't even know if he did it or not, but they're saying that they got enough evidence to arrest him. And so the person who said he's not going to get life, shit, you got to understand, they take your past into consideration. Because let me tell you something. Even when you go overseas, they take your criminal history in the United States into consideration, whether or not they'll even grant you visas to go to certain countries. Think I'm lying? Ask anybody who's traveled around the world. So the problem Chris Brown has is if they take his past history into effect, man, that's going to give him a worse situation. So I don't think that you guys understand that. If you haven't been across the world, you need to stay out this. You need to just be quiet, right? They definitely use that. They will reject you. They have rejected people visas to go over to the UK because of criminal records in the United States. Period. You're not hearing, bro. We understand she was in Russia. That's what I said. But what you don't understand is this: all these countries have strict laws. For example, forget Russia, China. Go to China and do something. They needed the president of the United States to get out LiAngelo Ball for stealing some sunglasses. LiAngelo Ball, if he wasn't LiAngelo Ball, he'd be in prison in China right now for stealing some sunglasses, dog. He'd still be in prison. There's dudes over there that's still in prison. That's Americans. So you got to understand all these other countries, Spain, Italy, all these countries, you go commit crimes over there because you guys got to understand, they're not like the United States. People ain't walking up down the street packing gats and stuff like that. They don't have that type of street violence. They have a little bit, but they don't have it to that level. In most of these other countries, it's illegal to have guns out here in the streets. They don't have gun laws where you can just, regular citizens can carry. Now, in some countries, but very few, they do. But most countries, they don't. So you guys got to understand that, man. It's not a game, bro. So he's over there, and then you got to think, they don't care about influence and stuff like that. So, and here's the thing, you got all these situations going on worldwide, man. Who's to say they're going to want to be friends anyways? And then there's nothing that you can do over here to really go get him because he breaking foreign laws allegedly. That's the part y'all got to understand. You go into a different person's country, break their law, you got to live under their land. Now, Chris may have some deep, deep connections, but they're going to get in his pockets, trust me. And because we're going to find out tomorrow. He go to court tomorrow morning. It's going to take some pockets for him to get out this shit right here. I'm telling y'all this. Don't think Chris Brown is just going to walk out of here like it ain't nothing. Nah, man. They ain't arresting him for no reason, bro. And I told you guys this. When they look at you in this type of situation, they're going to look at what you did the last time. What was your past? What's your history? So we got to see tomorrow if he even get bail. If he don't get bail, it's bad. If he don't get bail, it's bad. He'll sit over there until his court date. And that's the last place you want to be. I'm telling everybody right now, you do not want to be in jail overseas, man. You don't. I guarantee you. And I'm going to tell you something. One of my buddies got locked up, and I went into jail. I went into jail to go see this dude to try to help him. Bro, the nastiest place. I'm talking about, bro. This ain't even no comparison. This ain't even no comparison. Forget cells. They got everybody in the same room. 30 people in the same room. Smelling like all kind of old dusty and everything. I'm telling y'all this. With the security not even legit. You know? And so y'all gotta understand that part. The food, in some countries, they don't even give you food. Your family gotta come bring you food. If your family don't bring you food, shit, you might not eat. Cause you ain't gonna want to eat that slop. And when I say slop, I'm talking about slop. I've seen them giving the old boy. Cause I brought him a couple meals up in there. And I'm talking about nothing. Sad, bro, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you get in trouble in a different country, you're under their jurisdiction, same way in the States. Somebody comes to the States, they do something, they're under the jurisdiction of the United States of America. And that's how it's gonna go. They're gonna be under the jurisdiction of the United States of America. And I pray for Chris that, you know what I'm saying, I pray he get out, that he didn't do it, that he get out. But man, bro, that's a bad look, man. Life, because the dude said he had intent. He said it was unprovoked too. Which, why would it be unprovoked? That's the part I don't understand. Why would Chris Brown attack that dude unprovoked? Like, that's the part I don't understand. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't personally believe that he just attacked the dude unprovoked. Dude said he got attacked unprovoked. Come on, man. But again, I wasn't there, so like I said, I don't know. But you know, he got a lot of things that he got against him already in the States. So he already got a lot of people against him in the United States. And me personally, if I was Chris, with all the issues he got in the States and the issues he got in the UK, man, I'd pack that shit up and move to Africa, nigga. Straight up. Go get you a mansion in South Africa. You pack the concert out there. Them people love you out there anyways. Straight up, bro. I'd be ghost. Point blank period. I'm just telling you what it is, man. You know? Because if not, it seems like they're going to pack this dude up, man. You know? And then even if he gets 10 years, that's a long ass time, bro. That's a long ass time, bro. Overseas. And then think about this. Your family got to go all the way overseas just to hope to see you. The calls ain't going to be like that because international call system, man, damn. So these are all the things that he potentially could be up against, man. And this is why I tell these young dudes, man, don't put yourselves in these situations at all. Because these people ain't playing. They not playing. So I wouldn't say, so we don't know. We're going to see tomorrow what his defense is, and we're going to see what the evidence is. You know, dude had to show some evidence. But again, he probably went to the doctor. They might have videotape. That's the thing. You never know if it's video footage outside of the club. He said he was at a club or something like that. So if it's video footage, he's out of here, bro. If that dude's telling the truth, if he's got video footage and the doctors know, again, man, I hope Chris didn't do it, but I mean, you know, we'll find out tomorrow, man. So I keep y'all updated on what's going on in this, man. You know what I'm saying? Prayers up for Chris Brown, man. Don't want to see him in that situation, man. Chris is, you know, his entire life got destroyed off that Rihanna situation. And I know he wish he could have that day back and make a different decision. You know what I'm saying? As far as that was concerned. You know? So you guys, let me know what y'all feel, man. Let me know what y'all think about Breezy, man. What y'all feel about Chris Brown, man? You know what I'm saying? And so again, y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Sad situation, bro. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get around 2 or 3 thousand likes, man. I'm gone.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you gotta do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.